Hey!
Do you remember what happened last time?
What happened last time? Because I don't remember.
We managed to defeat the dastardly red-white of Blue Corp, and after that, a new day began, and yes, the Steel Samurai, the samurai of Neo Tokyo, has been arrested for murder of the evil magistrate.
Murder?
Murder. Luckily, the security guard caught a picture of it as the camera caught a picture of the Steel Samurai walking towards the scene of the crime. Will he be found guilty today, and will we just quit and screw off to go to a beach or something? I don't know. We could have a beach episode.
I mean, which one of us is wearing the bikini?
I think I could pull it off.
What, you think I can't pull it off?
This is awkward. Oh no. Oh boy.
Something you want to tell me there, buddy?
Continue!
All right. And I believe it's the stop one.
Now, do you remember all the voices we had going?
Probably not, but we'll find out anyway.
October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4.
Man, my Garmin is really fucking helpful.
Never know how to get to a courtroom otherwise.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October the 15th, the defendant, that guy over there, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio One of Global Studios.
Objection. His name is WP.
Overruled. His name is William Powers. He does have superpowers, I think. That's the whole point of the Steel Samurai or something. I don't know. I wouldn't watch those foolish children cartoons. I never would be caught dead watching something like that.
But Edgeworth, two things. One, you can't overrule. That's the judge's job. And two, I remember seeing you wearing some Steel Samurai undies last night.
Those are collector's editions. I didn't get them because of liking the show. They just happen to be very expensive, and I deserve expensive things.
Okay, were they comfy?
Absolutely.
Oh, really? How comfy were we talking? Objection! Oh, sorry, Judge.
It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this factoid.
How far did we get? Well, we're in the middle of case number 3 right now. The Steel Samurai who didn't kill the magistrate.
This is the first day of the trial, as we can see by the evidence presenting.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
Oh, hey, Detective.
Detective, if you would totally not screw up this time, just describe the case to the court, if you could.
Yeah, sure, pal. I'll explain it right here with this here guide map here that I took from the security lady stand.
Oh, yeah, that's where I got mine, too. Good call, Detective, buddy.
To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of that studio right there, you see. This here is the employee area.
It's behind my face.
The actors did a run-through of their action scene right behind the worst hero's face.
Yep, it was awkward.
This here, that's the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works here at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. She is super nice and not moving crazy at all.
I don't know, she seemed kind of crazy to me.
What did you say?
Case and point.
Anyway, past this security station, we got this gate thing here. Past that are them studios.
And here it is, pal. Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found.
Yeah, you can tell by the expertly taped outline of the magistrate's costume.
Yep, they were the shape of the mountain right there on the left.
Wait, it
Now
wasn't
on
the
the day
tape?
Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people there. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Mr. Will Powers. And the young woman, the production assistant, we ain't given her a name.
She had a name, though. I think I have it on my records. I believe her name was Penny Nichols, because she gets a penny and a nickel for her job. She's very underpaid.
Who needs minimum wage and you can have some employees who are volunteers? All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, which was a nice steak, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to the Studio 1.
Wait, were you there for lunch, too?
I got the leftovers.
Oh, wait. Did you just gnaw on the bone?
You can almost taste the real meat.
I know that feel.
Hello, Thanatos.
Hey, Thanatos!
We are continuing to break down the case.
You're hanging with Dan. Dan, watch out, or else we'll have to take on the case of your murder.
Watch out, right after that, at 1 p.m., Thanatos stabbed Dan right in the heart. We got it on tape. He's
Wait,
gonna
but
be guilty.
that hasn't happened just yet, though, Detective.
Oh, sorry, that's a spoiler. My bad.
Wrong trial.
Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later in the day. It's 5 p.m.
Good thing he knows that he's next.
Imagine, if you will, the production staff comes to Studio 1 to perform, gasp, a rehearsal.
Whoa!
Needless to say,
The rehearsal was cancelled.
But why? The show must go on, they say.
exactly, I can imagine what went wrong.
Oh, that might have been it.
Yeah. You could drink cup soup out of that hole in his chest. I would know, because I
have to live off of cup soup.
Me too.
the
Mine's
time of death
usually
was
dry.
The time of death was 2:30 p.m.
We had to shut off your water. I'm sorry about that.
Damn it.
The samurai spear was found lodged in the victim's chest. It was the murder weapon. That's the case, in brief.
In those special steel samurai briefs that he was wearing?
Boxer briefs.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Edgy.
Anyone like to hear it again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Do I need to?
Do you understand what's going on in the case?
I'm pretty sure.
Then you're good.
I'm gonna skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. I'll add it to the court record for you all. Please don't poke yourself with it.
Your Honor,
Yes?
this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is... what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Exactly. That was gonna be my one question. Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
Ooh. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Whoa, this is the side of her you all got to see? That's not the side of her we got to see.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Ew.
Ooh,
Your name, please.
I'm liking this already. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So when I was young, I was an old bag still, even though the other two would make fun of me. Can you believe it? Well, this boy in the chess club, he called me an old bag. Well, I just lied.
Objection, I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Damn. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yeah, I was.
The murder.
Murder!
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you?
Oh, you know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag.
I heard that.
That was in my own head, though. Why can everyone hear the thoughts that I'm having inside of my own brain holes?
Your holes are leaking.
Shit.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been through a run-through there since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was just 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5.
Wow, it's a really short shift.
Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant, then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Hold it! So up until that time, anyone who wanted to anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Sorry, having a stroke. Already, right at the start. It's got time.
There wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee key card to get in.
Right. The card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station?
A run-through.
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
That sounds evil.
We got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsals was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing? Talk about a lazy piece of shit. I mean, laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon?
errands like murdering someone while getting raided by Sharada Sky?
Hello, Sharada Sky. Thank you for stopping by. Dearie, you can call me Grandma.
Shara Raid, hello, what's up, Dark Red Dove? Hey, Shara, how's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. This is The Worst Heroes. I'm your host, Phoenix Wright. Normally, you would be dealing with Brandon, but I guess it's me right now. This is a variety channel, and today we're playing some Ace Attorney with the wonderful and talented voice of CardWiz. I mean, Old Bag.
Hello there, dearies. Welcome in. I hope you had a fun time with your murders and your trigger-happy havocs.
Wait, you were also dealing with murders? I'll take the case. How goes interrogating Old Bag? Well, we just started it, and I think I've already got an idea of what I want to hit her with, you know? Yo, Scooty, how's it going? What kind of errands, Old Bag?
Well, you know.
I mean, I don't. That's why I'm asking. We were dealing with murders, and they were delicious and spicy. I didn't know you could eat murders.
You should know that by now. You're a lawyer, aren't you?
Answer the question!
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station doing, I don't know, guardly things? Wish I could say I was doing good, but honestly, I'm not doing good at all. I'm sorry, bud. Well, hopefully we can give you at least a little bit of a chuckle during this horrible murder case.
I was doing important guarding all of those bodies, those handsome young men bodies.
Wait, so you were watching while Shara was eating murders for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and fourth meal?
That too. Sharada is a delightful young man as well. He deserves to be guarded by me as well.
Also, hi Charizard. I think it was the madame in the sex dungeon with a butt plug. There was no butt plug in this case. I think you're at the wrong courtroom.
You're not using the spear right then.
I don't want to touch that evidence again.
Too late, it's in your record.
Oh, that was Sharada who was living in the dungeon that used the butt plug, so I guess you were only half right in whatever case that was.
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
Oh god, I'm not sure your boss would see that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always.
So that means you watched when Hammer got run through?
Oh, I did. Oh,
Wait.
I always do.
I think she may have done it.
How dare you?
Never missed one in all my years.
I bet I could take a nap here.
Enjoy your lurk, Sharada. You're gonna be back in a few, no problem. Go stretch your legs, maybe get a snack or some food. Thank you for that raid, buddy. Think it made my boyfriend uncomfortable because I asked him if I would be a good parent? That is a question that can make some partners very awkward. Using this voice for this is probably not helpful. I'm sorry. I'm kind
It's
of
an
stuck.
important conversation to have with a partner at some point in the relationship. It's just, you got to figure out the right time of it, dearie.
I think the best thing is to let them know that you're not thinking like right now, if that is indeed what's going through your head. I'm only assuming.
Dating advice with the lawyer and the old bag.
Maybe if I see her baggy tatas. Nah, you're not gonna see her baggy tatas. I'm sorry, Charizard. It's not our fault. Oh, I know it's not our fault, but we're just empathizing with you and we care. Which again, with this voice, does not make it sound like I actually mean it, but I do. Look, I'm sorry, when I get into Phoenix's voice, I kind of get stuck in it for a while. And it
think
really
that's
doesn't
bad?
help the situation.
Try being stuck with the old bag.
I mean, it's probably better than Mr. Grossberg.
No, don't ask me about kids. Don't ask me about food. Just don't talk to me.
I think
Right
he's in the middle of labor of his own. Charizard, if you want to give a... I'm not even gonna touch that topic, Charizard.
Too many
I was honestly
milkshakes.
thinking about the future and felt like if I ever was a parent, I would possibly hurt or break the kid's trust, and I don't want to do that. I mean, those are thoughts that people do have. So, I mean, the best person to talk about that with would be, like, your partner. I guess the big thing would just be to make sure that they know that you're not like, oh, I'm having a baby now. Like, that way they don't have
think
to
about
panic
these things,
attack.
but you don't want to overthink these things, or else you're just going to be in your head about everything you ever do ever.
Exactly. Now, I'm probably not the best person for parenting advice because I'm never having kids. But still, I feel like that's a conversation that still should happen with your partner. But, like, reassure them that you're not, like, trying to pressure them. Just be like, this is the thought in my head, and I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable. By the way, Card, I want a baby with you.
Oh, dearie, why didn't you ask sooner?
Mostly just because, Card, I think that it would be funny if we had a fan fiction.
Oh, no, the world is not ready for that.
Oh my god, I can't wait to read more of the Bromo X Heroes fanfic. Look, all I'm saying is if people do fanfics that involve me online, I will read them live. Great parenting advice, watch Johnny Bravo. I mean, I guess there's worse.
Well, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too.
You're too
run through the
young.
spear?
You're too young.
Oh.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, you already suck at one of those jobs.
It's not what my sister said. She said that you were staring at her and it looked really good.
Did you see the victim then? I'm just gonna shelve the topic of the underage girl next to me real quick. Just like pick her up and put her on a shelf out of the sight, out of mind.
And I see poor old Hammer. Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
After my grandma passed, I've been an absolute mess in private. Late last night, I was bawling my eyes out. Oh, I'm sorry, Scooty. I send you Papa hugs. In fact, if you want them, I'm sure other people can send you hugs too. I'm sorry. I did not know.
Hopefully some time here will relieve some of that.
Yeah, hopefully we can be silly enough to at least give you a little bit of a chuckle. A little bit of a guffaw.
Ha 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 ha.
I clicked on the wrong icon to get back into the game. Whoops.
Oh no.
Tell us what happened next.
It's okay. It's okay, Scooty. Just know that we're here and we care about you. So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course, I am a professional, you know.
What about to, like, summon the inner demon?
Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper?
Just feel like you guys should know what's going on, and I appreciate that, Scooty. I do.
I'm glad that you feel comfortable enough to
Yeah.
open up about that.
You can always reach out if you need to on Discord, too. No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the guard and eat donuts at the same time.
That's impressive.
Snipper Whapper.
What's a snipper whapper?
Snipper Whapper.
That sounds naughty.
Oh, Windbag is losing it, Nick.
I think she is. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon, the whole time. Very well. What did you see? How did you know that?
Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and ordered to try to get him to take his clothes off, and he talked and he talked. He never removed any clothes.
Detective? You okay?
My 4 donuts. Sorry, partner.
Okay. Old Windbag, I'll have you know that's my date for Friday. God, Charizard.
If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
What is that?
That's kind of rude. I'm sorry, Detective. Poor Detective Gumshoe getting ratted out by a security guard. $2:00, you're sure?
Sure as spit.
I don't understand that phrase. Well, who was the man?
Really? You should try not to get so excited at your age, old man. You might strain something.
I'm younger than you.
Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was.
How are your skivvies doing, Worst?
I'm pretty sure this is what I want to present.
That is a possibility.
Or does it want me to, like, push her on it first? We'll find out!
It is your call, Mr. Lawyer Man. As you examine,
I thought I hit the button to present.
you hit the examine button. But it's good to review the evidence. You're just making sure you're ready for this.
Let me get this straight, old bag, Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Old Mrs. Bag! I mean, Mrs. Old Bag! Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't.
Ha! Gotcha!
Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai!
I know that I wasn't born yesterday.
Are you sure? I mean, we're all sure you weren't born yesterday, to be honest. No one in this court is assuming you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man.
I believe the term you're looking for is Your Honor.
It's just a synonym for old man, right? Go
Just
open
like
up your
you're a
can of
synonym for
sarsaparilla or
old
whatever your
man.
old man drink is. Of course, I have proof.
Pulls out the exact same photo. What?
Oh,
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
This is a fun one, isn't it, Edgy?
Oh, I'm having a blast.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you.
It's literally our job. I mean, you're a security guard. You should know that.
I know what's best for me. I know what's best for you. I showed you the photo to the young detective.
He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal.
Hey, detective, is that right?
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
No, this actually seems like you actually said the right thing to her, and she's just being an old bag.
He didn't even give it a second look.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, old windbag has left some even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then.
I never said anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Like a dummy. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his right ankle really bad.
It didn't say right ankle on there. What do you know, Mr. Card? Objection!
Whatever. Whatever I say is perfect. Nothing is wrong. Now look at the picture. Look at it! You can see he's dragging his leg. See, clear as day.
His left leg.
That's what I said, left. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
How he sprained his right ankle.
No, that was actually a screw up by me. I don't think that right and left has anything to do with this.
So he had
I said right.
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press until she squeals like an old bag.
Why are you pressing on me, young man?
Squeal! Squeal!
Oh, is that what you want?
Never mind.
Like a little piggy?
Hold it! I don't like where this is going. Yeah!
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. You three always
Whining about the point. It's enough to make an old lady want to cry.
Mr. Wright,
Yeah, Edgy.
please, for all of our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I'm trying, but it's really hard. She gets upset over everything. I think Edgeworth has met his match.
Sorry, Scooby.
New Persona 5 game? Holy shit. I still haven't
sorry,
played
what?
it yet. I still haven't played it yet.
Are you talking about Strikers, or did something just get announced?
I have
Are you
no
don't-
idea.
Don't get my hopes up.
Persona 5X.
Okay, I'm going on the internet right now.
Okay.
Please don't tell me you're being tricked by the internet.
Okay.
I need this to be real. I need more Persona in my
I
life.
still haven't played Persona 4 or 5.
Okay.
I've only played 3. I know at some point I gotta play 5, but, you know, money. Also time. Though it would be less of an undertaking than the 500 hours I have to play in fucking Trails.
Wait, Persona 5 the Phantom X? No, is this real? Oh my goodness, this is real. What? Where's this coming from? I'm
Looks
seeing
like the
screenshots.
court
Where's it
case
from?
is being devolved for a moment. Please stand by.
Persona 5 is more important than Persona Phantoms of the Night Persona 5X mobile game announced.
Oh, boo.
Mobile game announced.
Boo.
No. Why?
This is because you made the joke about all of my G Generation games being mobile from now on.
No.
This is why, Card. It's called karma.
I've done nothing bad. I've done nothing to deserve this to happen to me.
You did.
No.
You did. You literally said that you were only going to play the G Generation games on mobile, the superior platform. They heard you, Card. They heard you.
Why? Why? No.
Know my pain. Know my pain.
They better still be working on Persona 6. Give me that Persona 6.
Oh, but it will be
I will
on
accept
mobile.
this so long as they're doing 6.
It'll be on mobile. You have a phone, don't you?
I'm gonna need to watch that clip again.
Oh, it's gonna
It's
have an
too
actual
good.
new story, and we have to get a Morgana type character who is an owl.
I just saw the screenshot. I'm interested. I will look into this and be hyped later. It's an owl with a nightstick. I was about to say an owl with a gun, but the owl probably will have a gun. But it's got owl with dual nightsticks, so I'm okay with that. I accept that.
Someday I'll play another Persona game.
When's the last Persona game you played?
3 FES on the PS2.
I think you would. I mean, I think you'd enjoy 4 and 5.
I did beat 3. I did not do anything in the actual second disc, the FES, like post-game expansion thingy.
Yeah,
But I did beat the base game.
yeah, I think you'd enjoy 4 and 5. That would be a fun game for you off stream or on stream. It's just good games.
They're just
Really
games
good
that have been on my list, and I just haven't been able to buy them. I know my bestie wants me to play them.
We know what you need to play after.
We're gonna post
Three
trailers
Houses.
that I found. Well, you can post trailers into gaming. Yeah, you can post them into gaming. The gaming chat in the gaming section on the Discord. You gonna buy the game for me there, Card?
We'll see. We'll see if
Because
I
my
have
plan was to do Final Fantasy VII after we're done with Fire Emblem, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll end up with multiple JRPGs going at once. Who knows? Anyway, who was present at the run-through, assuming that we're returning to the trial?
We can return to the trial.
Okay.
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai, you know.
Well, he wears the costume sometimes, yes.
He is the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate.
The man who wears the evil magistrate costume sometimes.
Like when he's dead?
Yeah.
And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just. Observing.
You were touching yourself, weren't you?
Observe this.
Okay, what about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
The Velvet Room design is holy shit. I don't want to spoil it for you, but holy shit, is it awesome.
I will look at it in a couple of hours. It will be good.
So she didn't see the run-through then. Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Power sprained his ankle. I offered to make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
That doesn't actually work as a medical procedure. Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
My lips are healing. You can feel my
let's just-
love
Let's
pulsing
just
through them.
skip over that part, shall we? Skip over that part. Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think.
Also a new Velvet Room attendant.
Yay!
She didn't know about Power's ankle.
Is it Powers? Is it Powers' or is it Powers' eye?
You may continue your testimony as the defense decides what grammar is.
Powers is. I think that's the correct one, Edgy. He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear. And its powers. Sony solved that when they made that straight to Sony PlayStation TV show they made a few years ago.
His samurai spear, the murder weapon, it was broken. Also, Sony had their own straight to Sony TV station. I bet that didn't work well.
It didn't. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
Oh, not just your kisses?
Kisses and duct tape.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay, but he got mommy kisses. That should have made it all better, right?
I think we've heard enough about mommy kisses. Do not mention those two words back to back ever again, Mr. Wright.
You're right, grandmommy kisses.
Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is...
Is Dr. Pepper really a doctor? I'm suspicious. I don't think he's qualified to be a soft drink.
Oh, if that's truly an issue, just make sure you get all of your hydration from generic cola. You won't have to worry about doctorates, you won't have to worry about science. Just experience the miracle that is generic cola.
But where is the Steel Samurai costume now, also? That one seems more pertinent.
Well, actually, get distracted with generic cola. Okay, we couldn't find it.
I figured you couldn't find it, otherwise it would be here in front of me.
We are looking, though. Anyway, that is not what important. What is important is the delicious velvety taste of generic cola. Oh, and the witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes.
So does that mean the new Velvet Room in Persona 5X has generic cola in it?
I would certainly assume it would be a foolish move of them to not include such a treat.
It'll probably be hard to tell that that's what it is, since it'll be on a mobile screen.
You could play it probably on some sort of systems like a BlueStacks.
Aren't those technically pirating? I have no
It's
idea.
very legal. Very, very legal. Putting Persona on a phone should be illegal, so I get to make up for it. It is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right. Are you sure? Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Are you sure you're sure you're sure, Your Honor? I don't... Fuck, do I have something I can object with? I don't even know.
What do you think about what has been presented thus far?
Like, he was asleep, but I don't have any evidence for it. And we don't actually see anyone in the picture.
That's true.
I'm just gonna object with that, I guess. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that that photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in that photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. Uno reverse. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Uno reverse. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Grandmommy kisses. Just wanted to make him flinch again.
Just for you, dearie.
No, for Edgeworth, not for me. For Edgeworth, no.
There's enough grandmommy kisses to go around.
Oh no.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will
The Steel
Powell.
Samurai costume.
Will
The
Powell.
Steel Samurai costume.
No one else went there besides clearly Will Powers. If they had, I would have
Wait! How can I present the evidence that I just remembered? This photo says photo number 2. Where's photo number 1?
We might get to that.
So if no one else went
It
to
probably
the,
means nothing. You know what? It probably means nothing.
If no one else-
Don't worry about it.
went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. How do you know that? Wait, we already did this part. When should I present it, Card?
I would say stick with thrusting for now, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Are you absolutely sure? Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nothing suspicious looking past it all.
Nobody's suspicious looking, right? Oh no! Fuck.
Yeah. Haha.
I was clicking to try and.
No one else was there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then.
I see you're there, sitting there eating some sweet meat.
Oh, some juicy succulent meat. I locked the main gate so no one could get in.
You mean the main gate that looks like it's up to my shin?
It's called perspective.
Sure it is.
Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
The witness has answered the question.
Are you sure?
Anyone going into the studios had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
I like that one. I'm gonna call you Edgy Boy now. Edgy Boy. Edgy Boy.
Well, Windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean.
Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Okay, so we pressed on everything,
Yes.
so I have to present.
Yes.
The only person, only one person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
My attorney's badge.
The attorney match! What about Jack?
You just had an idea. Are you going to abandon it?
Alright, I'm gonna stick with the one I had originally. Hold on! Look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Sorry.
Every time I do it, makes me laugh.
One more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sir, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture?
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Don't
or a
worry.
hole from anywhere else.
Don't worry, there are bigger holes in your story than in your pants. Right, anyway, it's also true that the computer in the card station records all security cam data.
Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
I don't want to know about your opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
I know that means it was taken 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is a bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2.
Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to the security lady herself! Or, I mean, the security lady herself, not access to her. You know what I mean?
Don't get access to me, Sonny. Only I can decide that. You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
This is. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes. That's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. I
How
always have to
convenient.
call the IT guy in order to get some help. I had to call him just the other day. Ooh, Edgy boy, help me out, please.
Yeah, edgy boy, what you got?
Oh, believe me, I want to, but I don't know what that means either. I don't know computers either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Where did the lights go?
Whippersnapper.
Something the matter, Miss Oldback?
That's right. I just remembered something.
This is the worst courtroom ever. Literally every witness forgets the most important details every time.
Maybe if you ask the right questions, dearie.
I did ask the question, that's why we're here. Maybe if someone on the prosecutor side would get the facts.
I got the photograph, that's all I needed. All you had to do was just say he's guilty. He's clearly guilty.
Did you look at that photograph?
Every time I did it made me laugh.
Because it doesn't show Mr. Powers is in it. Got
It
him!
clearly shows the Steel Samurai Will Powers.
No, it shows the Steel Samurai.
Will Powers.
No, just the Steel Samurai. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Let me guess, you're one of the people who thinks that anyone can play the part of Iron Man and not just Robert Downey Jr.
I mean-
he is the only one worthy of playing the role.
I mean, you must be one of those people that forgets that there's like 17,000 different Batmen.
There's only one Steel Samurai. We must all acknowledge that he is the true one and only Mr. Will Powers.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Oh, I see. Your testimony, please. The other person.
And day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
I hope it doesn't have to do with grandmommy kisses to Edgy Boy.
I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them out. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Don't you think it's weird that you throw out things that could potentially have something to do with a murder?
It had nothing to do with it, idiot, as I'm about to describe, maybe.
Miss Oldberg, this is the first I've heard of this.
See, Edgy Boy? Told you.
Well, of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it, silly. I just said that.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, let's say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Yeah, me too. Another job.
That's right. I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Anyone else feel really wigged out by Granny?
Oh, just look at this photograph.
I don't want to make me laugh.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to. Yeah. But those computers are just so frustrating. It's easier to just delete them, put that in the little recycling thingy, and just hit empty. I did it with the System 32 the other day. Now I don't have any problems with the computer.
You're not supposed to delete your own System 32 folder. That's what breaks the computer. Also, how exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
Wow, that's profiling. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch the suspicious-looking photo of Will Powers, did I?
You mean the Steel Samurai? I think she's missing the point. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Nailed it.
A boy.
A fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me.
Compared to you, they probably are vanilla.
They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. Have you ever seen Metal Gear Solid?
Snake? Snake? Snake!
I saw David Hayter crawl through that grate one time.
That's great.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
As a security guard, don't you think maybe you should have tightened the grate?
No, I can't use those newfangled screwdrivers.
Then use an old-fangled one.
No such thing. That was invented way too recently in my lifetime.
Oh my god. Who gave this woman a job? They come in through the drain.
I told you they're freaks. Oh, and
And
they're kids, children, Whippersnappers.
Well, you've called everyone but the judge a whippersnapper, so that's not really a high bar. I mean, kids. So on the photo that you erased,
It was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
clearly that is the murderer. What? Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was to steal samurai costume, dragging his leg. The other was a boy. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him.
You know what would
I
stop
even tried
him?
to use a net.
Probably stop him by, like, I don't know, sealing the grate.
Oh, that's impossible.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade.
That's old enough to commit murder.
I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear.
Not impossible. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What? What's going on?
We're being gaslit.
I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect, right?
I mean, yeah. And they're already trying to unsuspect him. Court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Edgy boy.
October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
Thank you, Tom.
No
Mr.
problem.
Powers. Wait, did my Tom just reply to me? That was weird.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
Oh, God, no. Cancel. Unsubscribe.
2 tickets for Avatar, The
No.
Way of Water.
No!
The
I don't-
3D showing.
I don't want to go into public. Mr. Powers. This.
Oh,
This.
yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Tell me straight. Do you think these pants look good on me?
I think they look rather dapper, I do believe.
I said tell me straight.
I think they look prissy.
I mean, you could throw a bra in there. That would have worked.
Oh, bro, that works.
Nailed it. Were you really
Yeah.
in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
Oh, I did not go to that studio. I was sleeping, honest. So, it was the Steel Samurai in that security photo. How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it. Really? What? You should take better care of that stuff.
Maya, was that an egg?
Don't worry about it. I had some eggs this morning. Some of them just happened to come up.
I still love that face when she's like shocked and her mouth is wide open and it's all white. It's fucking hilarious. I need someone to
and I
get me a
love how
screen
you're-
grab of that.
I also love how your regular speaking voice is turning slowly into Phoenix.
You're absolutely right, but I need someone to get me a screen grab of that because I want to turn into a Discord sticker. Also, I did not make the command you wanted me to make card because I was busy fighting with trying to get my medication and I lost that battle.
Medication is more important.
Yeah, again, I
Make sure
lost
you-
that battle. I'm still fighting it.
Make sure you punch your medication right in the face.
Now I want to punch the place that has my medication in the face, assholes. Hate their website. Anyway,
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
it doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick,
It's the truth.
what are we going to do?
Relish, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna put on the Steel Samurai costume and start limping.
We can't find the costume. Weren't you listening?
Alright, call Harry Butts. I mean Larry.
Call Harry Potts. Got it.
Also, channel your sister. I need a distraction.
Got it. My sister will fit into that Steel Samurai suit even better.
Wait, no. First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. And it'll take him so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
Oh, you don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Time for what?
It's time. It's time. It's Vader time.
Okay, I guess let's go. Sigh.
Oh, what does that mean? Oh, please don't sigh like that.
You don't like how I sigh? Sigh.
Oh no, that don't fill me with no confidence.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Edgy boy, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
When's the last time you saved?
Start of this section.
Okay,
And now I've saved just now. Why?
nothing.
The prosecution's thoughts are simple, much like the defendant.
My thoughts are currently super fucking sketched out because of what you just did.
That's no big deal, probably.
Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no other else who could have committed this crime.
No other else. I like that.
No other else. I call for the verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed the crime.
Who could have committed this crime, though?
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great, as if the stakes weren't high enough. Who was this person who, other than Mr. Powers, that could have committed the murder? Fuck.
Okay, it's not an instant kill, so you can get it wrong. Who do you think is the killer? Who?
All right, let's think about this.
Is it the assistant girl, the grade school boy, or the security lady?
Personally, I feel like we have not yet encountered the killer yet. But out of this list,
If you do not think you've encountered the killer, who do you think you could possibly pawn the crime?
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to figure out. We could try and pin it. I feel like trying to pin it to the grade school boy is going to be too difficult. Because we have a grown person in the costume. And they'll use that against us. Also, they'll say, oh, the weapon's too heavy or some shit.
They did like to go over that.
Yeah. If we went with the assistant girl, how did she get there without setting it off? If we go with the security lady, she could easily cover her trail.
Well, if it's the assistant girl, there's only one way they could have gotten to the studio, they claim.
Yeah, they claim. Do we go with the security lady then?
It's your option. You've eliminated the grade school boy. Is it the assistant girl or the security lady? Who committed the murder of Mr. Powers?
I mean, if we go with the assistant girl, she could have been in the costume. If we go with the security lady, she'll probably ramble everyone's ears off for some bullshit reason.
Why do you have two different reasonings?
What do you mean?
You said the assistant girl couldn't have been in the costume, but why couldn't the security lady have not been in the costume?
No, I said the assistant girl could have been in the costume.
No, that's what I'm saying. She could have been, but your reasoning for the security lady wasn't that.
My reasoning for the security lady is she could have covered her own trail in multiple ways, whether putting on the costume or, you know, removing photo number 3.
All right.
Or lying about photo number 1. But the other one is just, I feel like if we say the security lady, she's gonna start rambling everyone's ears off and they'll just say no. Look, the trials here are a fucking farce.
Either of them are possible.
The assistant girl. It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. So saying the Steel Samurai is in this picture is really the assistant? That's a possibility. I mean, correct, Your Honor.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photograph? Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot.
Uh-oh, bad feeling time.
Remember the testimony concerning the injury.
I should have gone with the security lady. She said that she watched it happen, but Penny wasn't there. Fuck.
Exactly.
Nope, I'm loaded.
It's not an instant lose. You only would have lost some HP.
Nope, we're losing no HP.
The man after my own heart. But you had a logic. You had a logic. You just.
I'm going with the security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
Your first name's Wendy.
It is?
Am I the only one here who paid attention to her full name? The Steel Samurai is Dragon's leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
What whippersnapper?
I just snapped your whipper. Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag, that's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Get it? Steal the Steel Samurai costume.
Clever wordplay, Wright. I'll give you that one.
It's because the lighter was gold. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in this costume, she could point the finger at him. Mr. Powers is.
I didn't do anything with my finger.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah,
You
right
got
here.
right on the first.
Sherlock Holmes II, baby. First try.
First try.
First try. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgy Boy pounces? Doesn't he usually jump in with some ejection or some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
I'm waiting to get a new autopsy report. In 3, 2, 1. It didn't get here. Fine. The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
So you all think I did it, is that it?
I mean, you have murder mode activated right now.
Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way.
Are you gonna give Granny a break?
The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's action on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed, he already is top billing. Why would he kill the guy who makes sure he has a job? And top billing. I mean, without the villain, he's not really got a show anymore. I mean, I've seen some of the episodes where the magistrate doesn't show up. They're pretty mid, if you ask me.
Personally, I find them to be rather compelling.
That did it. I've never seen the show, but it seems everyone else has. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute.
Oh, did I fuck it up by pressing?
What about
the other person who went to the studio?
the boy, the one whose photo I erased?
The one we can't verify who's actually there? He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter.
When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
So what you're saying is you have the power to kill a man?
I always have.
Your Honor, I rest my
You're
case.
about to find out.
I rest my case! Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? I think we should get Detective Gumshoe to hold her down. That boy is not the killer.
I think you got this, pal.
What? How can you be so sure?
Or is it be nice to your kids and into your elders' day, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder? Yes. It's because the spear is broken? It's because of the photo?
It's because of my defense badge.
My attorney's badge! Am I thinking too far ahead with the spear being damaged?
A little bit, but based on what they said, they seem to really think the spear is a good reason for him not to have been able to.
Alright, I'll go with the spear. Your Honor! The murder weapon was the samurai spear. The very spear shown here in this photo. Oh, I could have gone with the photo apparently.
That too.
How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Comment, not growl. The windbag is growling. This has to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgy Boy, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
It was Wendy. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue.
If I must.
And get all the grandmommy kisses, Edgy Boy. That is all. This court is adjourned. 50 old grandma kisses. Grandmommy kisses for Edgeworth.
Wait a second.
I'm not just going to sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. And by tree, I mean me.
You are about as ancient as an old tree.
I'm talking.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
All right, everyone, let's pack it up and just get out of here for the day while she's gone. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about?
By whom?
Wait, it wasn't Edgeworth this time? Well, testify.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Of the day of the murder?
On the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day.
But if you're going to accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
So we have a plethora of possible suspects.
New voices.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Aren't you even listening, old man? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
I'm a judge and I told you not to omit anything, and yet you still omitted things.
I always do what I'm told. I'm telling you everything now, right?
This isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright! Stop saying things inside your head about me. It's your cross-examination.
Old bag's fun.
So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Because she was told not to talk about it.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
They're all the murderers! She just admitted it! Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director?
We should have known something was fishy.
Yeah, I could smell it the moment she walked in.
Actually, we had steak the other day, dummies.
How could they have done a run-through without their director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
On the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, that thing you've had the entire time, see it says right there, Studio 2. You go through the gate and to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was falling over. The NFT. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... Sure, we'll piss her off some more. Miss Oldbag! This is a trial for murder!
I know that, silly Billy.
If you know... My name's Phoenix. If you know that, then why didn't you repeat murder?
Well, I'll tell you, silly Nick. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you were bribed to not talk during a murder trial? Your Honor! Can we throw her in contempt of the court? I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask, but I'm not done pissing her off yet. Guess there's no harm in getting as much info as I can. So you were told not to... Wait, did it just restart it?
Yes.
Oh, crap, it did.
You actually have gone through it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, just press either 3 or 4.
Hold on, I was just checking something. They had nothing to do with it, so I haven't pressed on this one. So they were actually in the studio?
The whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
Like a suspicious murderer person would.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I'll defend you. I feel sorry for Edgy Boy almost. She really left him hanging on this one. I don't think a grandmommy kiss is gonna help him though.
If you're going to accuse me, I'm not going to do this, okay?
Them? Who are these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters. I already told you this. Weren't you listening before?
The director?
We should have known something was...
This is all the same conversation we already had. This is all the same conversation we had. I thought that, you know, she said for starters, so I thought maybe there was another one. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in the question. On the day of question, of the day. I think I had another stroke, I'm sorry. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all
I'll take
present.
over.
You'll take
As we
over?
stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point, even though he started talking like a small child. Prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldback.
I can turn to an old lady if you want.
I feel like I need the FBI for that one. And more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
And hopefully you'll come back with some actual useful evidence this time, so I don't waste my day. I could have stayed at home in my undies, my nice steel samurai undies. They're really soft and comfy.
They really are.
They
Told
are.
you.
They are. Yeah. Thank you for recommending them to me. And in my nice bathrobe and just enjoying the new episode of my favorite show, The Steel Samurai. The sentence of day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Thanks, Alexa.
Would you like me to order you some more of those gotcha machines?
No, thank you. I don't need any gotchas.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Grin.
Did you just say grin? Sigh.
Or should I say,
Sniff.
Did you just say grin and sniff? Sigh.
Yes, I did. Snort.
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating, because clearly no one on the other side's going to give us any evidence. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain.
thankfully, the accused did not also bring them up as possible suspects.
But they could be. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, we figured out just who was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
Oh, I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag.
I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right, we'll be back to visit you soon.
Oh, thank you, guys. Sniff.
Just remember, don't drop the soap.
Don't worry, I only sniff in the showers.
You only
Yep.
sniff in the shower.